I did get a gag gift that also turned out to be a good gift as well, but it was like a double dose. It was my roommate being like, I got you your favorite thing ever. And by favorite thing ever, it was not my favorite thing ever. And you could probably guess what it had to deal with. It
Give me
should
one
not be
slight
that
hint.
fucking hard.
Give me like one hint.
What do I not like, Jazz?
Being called a millennial. No.
True. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before. And my heart is breaking in front of me. And I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore. Whoa, oh, hey, how you doing? It's me.
What's
I messed everything up, but you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, and where it's at, and why we're here today. It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, feogrande on the YouTubes, Geotabi on Twitch, Pete on the show. And I'm here again to see you lovely people, as I am every week, with the gentleman to my side, for the Whatever We Want podcast. And like I mentioned him before, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to him, the one, the only, the magnificent in his own right, Superjaz.
Hark, I hear a noise. Oh.
Oh yeah, I saw the thing you were talking about with the nee 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 nee.
Right. Put the music behind it. I was like, that was silly. Anyway, and you talking about you messed everything up. You saying because you meant to do your intro, like, and you just started saying it's me.
I started off with how you doing, which is usually at the end of all that.
That's funny. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Right, as he said, my name is Jazz, or you can call me Superjaz, SJJT, whatever you want, what have you, in the like. And as he said, this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where me and this fine fellow do just that. We talk about whatever we want. We do not lead the conversation. The conversation leads us, and we let the chips fall where they may.
Every Wednesday.
We let the chips fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they might. Let the chips fall where they perhaps. Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, well. I wasn't. I didn't want to mess up what you were doing, but I was trying to come up with synonyms like may, might.
I just went with must to keep with the
possibly.
M. I was keeping with the M, where they may, where they might, where they must. Yeah.
Mustard, no.
Musty.
But no, anyway, yeah. So as we were saying, it's Whatever We Want podcast. We're gonna just talk about whatever and see where this conversation will go. So,
yes, I'm sure you know this, being one of them and all.
Oh Lord, what?
But I have the best friends ever.
Well, what you are most likely referring to that has happened currently to prompt you saying that I had no hand in.
I'm aware.
But yeah, I will graciously.
Now, I still have a lot of the best friends ever. Like, you're still amazing friends. Obviously, we're here. But
that's what I'm saying. I'll graciously accept that compliment because you're a great friend of mine too.
So, and I just found I have some of the best friends ever. I have the best family ever, etc. I love a lot of the people. I'm very lucky to have known the people that I do know in my life. I don't know how I got to this point, what I did to deserve the love that I received from people, but here it is. But no, like, just this month in general, just, if you ever want one of those times in your life where you just get reminded that people out there love you and stuff like this. Like my sister was like, "Damn it, you're coming to, Dallas to see. Even if I gotta buy the tickets, I want to see you." And she buys the
That's what's up,
tickets.
man.
A couple weeks, or about a week after the tickets been bought to go to Dallas, another text from a friend that's like, "Hey, you're coming to St. Louis. Even if I gotta pay for the tickets, we need to see you." And I'm like, "Holy shit, that's crazy." But that's awesome, and it happened, and it was fantastic. I probably have already left St. Louis by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah,
But
most likely you will have
nonetheless,
already I think you will have come and gone. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I probably would have already left St. Louis by the time this comes. So, fun trip in and of its own right. Loved seeing everyone in person again. And there was also the fact that my friend group down here has a Christmas party every year that they refer to as Garbage Day. I'd say it's a long story, but what else are we here to talk about, right? We needed something to talk about. So
you got at least 60 minutes.
I feel like I've mentioned Garbage Day before on here, but essentially, 14 years ago,
Wow.
I was living,
07.
around then, yeah, 07. Had to have been fall of 07. At some friend's house, and person who's my roommate now wanted to do something for Christmas. But we had another friend who he didn't like Christmas. "I hate Christmas. Everything Christmas related. Bah humbug." And all this stuff, because I guess bad time with his family and stuff, whatever, I don't know. But he hated Christmas with the fiery passion. And my roommate wanted to give people gifts because it's just very, very nice and giving person, this roommate.
That's what's up.
And he's like, "Okay, fine. So I'll do something that's not associated necessarily per se with Christmas." So he got a garbage bag, filled it up with some gifts, and brought it over. Stopped first at the apartment where I was staying with another friend of mine who will just say Fluffles. It's not his real name, but Fluffles will be it. It was a tag at one point, if you're wondering why Fluffles. But
no, I wasn't wondering why. I was wondering because I've heard Fluffles, but I'm wondering, do I know Fluffles?
You didn't get to meet him.
Okay.
Yeah, but Fluffles was living with me at the time, as well as a guy I just referred to as Roz. So he comes over there and, "Hey, I'm here. Happy Garbage Day." Why Garbage Day? Garbage Day. Actually, I don't even think we questioned why Garbage Day. A, we saw the garbage bag, and two, there's that meme on the internet of the guy. Oh, the clip.
Garbage Day.
Yes, exactly. The clip from Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, involving the guys literally shooting people, killing people, and then there's the clip where the person's taking out the trash, and he just turns to him, "Garbage Day." What? No.
That was one of the early viral videos on YouTube because everybody was like, "What in the fuck is this?" Right?
Yeah, so that was from Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 for people who don't know. Anyway, that was a Christmas movie, ironically. Christmas horror. Or it was the sequel to a Christmas horror film. Anyhow, so Garbage Day, he shows up with the gifts, and, Roz and I are like, "Cool, that's awesome. We got the gifts." And Fluffles wasn't coming out of his room. Because Fluffles had a brief stint shortly before then where I believe it was Vault. It was either Vault or some other highly caffeinated beverage that he went crazy about and consumed like it was water and stayed up for like 3 days straight.
Oh my, how much caffeine is in this shit?
Vault used to have a shit ton. It's not around anymore. It was like Mountain Dew plus more caffeine.
Jesus.
So he was up for like 3 days straight and was finally sleeping. And he was finally sleeping. And we were trying to get him to come out so he can get his gift, but he wasn't even answering the door to his room. And we thought he was just like knocked out. And so I guess we got the idea, let's annoy him enough to open the door so we can say, here's your fucking gift, now you can go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So Roz gets an amp because he had a guitar or a bass, I'm pretty sure it was a guitar, starts playing right outside his door on the amp, trying to wake him up. I decide, since I shared a wall with Fluffles, I take my speakers, and you remember those speakers, because they were the same speakers I had in high school. The loud
like we would spend the night and then with like glass, something super loud to wake us up.
But yes, those speakers.
I remember that.
I put one of those up to the wall. I put one of those up to the wall, and I started playing the opening few seconds of Corns falling away from me. The do 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 do, and then I would restart it. Do 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 do, and I just kept doing that repeatedly for a good few minutes, and Roz with the amp and all this stuff, and eventually we just had to leave. It was like, oh god, we gotta go. We went to some friend's house. The aforementioned friend that didn't like Christmas and his roommates at the time, I'll call them Ice and Riot. Ice and Riot were over there with Jeff. I'll call him Jeff. There we go. Ice, Riot, and Jeff. I eventually would live with the three of them.
I'm just laughing because Ice, Riot, and Jeff. Like, what the fuck?
Jeff. Yes.
Anyway.
Not that they would watch this episode, but if they did, everyone would know exactly who I'm referring to with these names. Anyway, Ice, Riot, and Jeff. We went over to their house, you know. Jeff was the one that didn't like Christmas. And so, you know, happy garbage day, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what happened? Oh, it was crazy or whatever. We get home, and Roz looks at his AOL Instant Messenger. For the kids at home, American Online used to be an internet company. And they eventually had the idea of sending messages to someone right then and there over your computer and your internet. Now people just use like Facebook Messenger or something, but it was like that like in 2006 or 2005 or whatever. In this case, 2007. But we saw, apparently Fluffles didn't ignore what we were doing. No, quite the opposite. He was mad and he was cussing out Roz over the instant messenger and even threatened to call the police on us. Like, he thought we were just trying to play D&D or something. And we're like, no, we're trying to give you a birthday gift. Or not birthday, but garbage day gift.
Oh, you mean like trying to knock on his door to be like,
yeah,
hey,
we were trying to get him to open the door to get a gift. That's all we were trying to do. And all he had to do was open the door to tell us to shut up and we could be like, here's a gift. But he didn't. He was mentioned on Instant Messenger, which also could have sufficed had we not been outside of his door trying to ignore it.
Had y'all known to look at that and seen that, y'all would be like, oh.
Right. But the next day he woke up, he didn't even remember texting that the night before, because that's how out of it he was when he woke up.
Sleep deprived, right?
Yeah. He was, and we laugh it off since. There's How the Fluffle Stole Garbage Day art of like him on a phone, like calling in a Dr. Seuss style while the cops are dragging Roz away. I'm nowhere to be mentioned on it. But bottom line is, that was fun. The next year, we had Garbage Day again. A few more people involved. And it was kind of like a jokey Christmas thing. Usually gag gifts and stuff like that. Or just something to tick somebody off. You know what I mean? But also be like, because I mean, it's called Garbage Day, not Christmas.
Right.
But as time went on, and the party grew, and more people, you know, in the group would participate, and the locations we'd have to change because, you know, more and more people are coming and stuff like that. And then people just started I don't remember who the first one was for, but they started doing things that we now refer to as spirit bombs, where people pitched in a bunch of money together to buy a super gift for someone that they really
For like
needed.
one
Yes.
person in the group. Everybody buys a gift that's like, a cooler gift. But one person in the group, everybody secretly is like, hey, so we're gonna go and we're gonna get Jazz. Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah
I
blah.
think it was the mustache man. I think the mustache man got
These fucking weird ass
um
names. What's anyway? Go
I
ahead.
think he got the first one. I think it was a 3DS that like
Okay.
3 or 4 people got together and were like, yeah. It was like X, Ever, and somebody else that was like, yeah, let's do this for Mustache Man. And they got him a 3DS, and that was crazy. A year later or so, or over the years, other stuff would happen. Myself, one year, my computer, it was Thanksgiving, and I remember texting one of my friends. So I know what a blue screen is, I know what a black screen is, I know what a white screen is. What does a pinstripe screen mean? And they're like, what are you talking about?
I would assume it meant that your shit
Send
was
them
fucked.
send them the picture. This. What does a pinstripe screen
Yeah.
mean? And they're like, oh, that can't be good, whatever it is. That garbage day, which by the way, it's usually around the first weekend. Or, yeah, at first it was the first Friday of December. Then eventually we switched it to the second Friday of December to give people more of a time period between Thanksgiving and garbage day.
That's
So,
cool.
yes, that garbage day that year, the spirit bomb for me or whatever was they pitched in and got me a new computer, which I already was like, holy fucking Christ. Are you kidding me? And so that was ridiculous. And, other gifts and stuff. It generally, on garbage days, I get something Vegeta related, like this hat.
Oh, they gave you that?
This
Okay.
was a garbage day hat from Yuki.
And you clearly like it.
Oh,
So
yeah. It's a great hat. He went through the effort of telling the person to put the tag on there.
that's crazy.
So, yes, I wear it. I've worn it at every CEO since. It was
You
like
know what I'm
2 or 3 years
saying?
ago that happened.
It's a
But
dope hat. You always wear it. So I'm like, obviously you love it,
yeah,
right?
some of the stuff back there that aren't liquor bottles, but the when it was just anime decorations and stuff.
Aren't liquor bottles. Like
Like
you're
I
not.
tried to point, but I just saw like, oh wait, there's liquor
Well, I'm
bottles right
just
there.
I'm saying like you're not, but that makes you sound like such a lush.
Yeah,
The stuff is not liquor.
yeah. But either way, so I've gotten stuff over the years, usually like that. But there's always like some kind of big spirit bomb gift and stuff like that. But and like another year, like the year after me, they did it with. I talked about the guy that talks like this, or I said I exaggerated his voice in the voice. He has the mannerisms. Or I didn't. I don't think I think I told the editor to take some of that out when I said that, just so person wouldn't get self conscious. Either way, that awesome individual, uh, they also got a computer. And there was actually, I think the 10th garbage day, there was a art piece that my roommate got done that was like 10 years of garbage day, and it had like some drawings from highlights over the years at the time. Like it had the fluffles from how the fluffles stole garbage day, or the one time, I don't even know what to call this guy.
Guy. Him.
Lil dude. Lil dude
Okay.
was
Okay.
sitting there. Lil dude had a girlfriend that he had dated for a while, and I think it was the same year as the first one that they spirit bombed the mustache man. But Lil dude tried to make sure he went on last because he really, really had to go on last. Like, no,
Oh, because y'all like
they're like, are you sure? Because we gotta we got a group gift for the mustache man. No, I have to go on last.
Well, y'all
like
did
we
big
were
gift
giving them out.
deal.
Yeah, there was like a big gift giving portion to it. Otherwise, it's just
Yeah,
a party that where we have fun, and get to see people we haven't seen in a while. But there
that's
is
cool.
a gift giving thing. Like I said, eventually the gifts started becoming slightly more serious and stuff like that. And there's still
See
always
who
the
got
gag
what,
gifts
who
and stuff.
all that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we got the mustache man. So, no, I need to go on last.
So like
Oh,
he
shit.
wanted to go on after the big group gift.
Yes. And we're like, oh, it's like that.
It better have been some shit.
Okay, well, sure. So he gets up there and he talks to his girlfriend. They're still together now. He talks to his girlfriend and he's like, we've been together for a minute, you know, and stuff. But you talk about stuff you like and all this stuff. And I just wanted to say, and then he pulls out a cell phone and calls up Riot, who at the time, who had moved to Chicago by that point. Riot and Ice had moved to Chicago. And he calls up Riot and he's like, hey, Riot, you know that thing we were talking about? And Riot's like, yeah? He's like, yeah. So, Riot's an artist. Riot's an artist and a cosplayer. He had pretty much asked Riot to draw a picture of his girlfriend's favorite character. And that was the gift that had to go on last after everything. That had the big speech before it. Everyone thought it was a proposal.
I was just about to say, when you were saying, I said what all signs point to.
But one of the pictures on the 10 years of garbage day thing was little dude sitting holding up a ring toward a picture of Deadpool fan art. Just like he's proposing to fan art.
Character was Deadpool.
Well, I don't know. It was just idea of fan art. Proposing to fan art has been the meme. I don't remember what character the fan art was supposed to be for. And it's still an awesome gift to get fan art and stuff.
Right.
But
it's just funny because no, like I said, all signs pointed to he's about to pop the question.
And at the top of the 10 years of garbage day thing was myself and bro. What's this guy? Bro. They drew up whoever drew us as Goku and Vegeta holding our hands up toward a spirit bomb that had like a computer in the center.
That's dope.
So that was
you
cool.
had to get it.
Huh? You would think.
You had it. They made you Goku?
Yes. And when my roommate apparently asked the person that he had do the drawing, because that person didn't actually know us personally, like he had the artwork, commissioned. He asked him, why he chose, or why they chose, because I don't know who did it, why they chose what they did. The person said, I don't know. Based on the pictures you gave me, which 9 times out of 10, that was probably the picture he gave them. He looks more like a Goku.
If you all are just listening and not watching, it's the weird, silly face that is in every Omari anything.
It's the Feo face, as we call it.
There you go.
The Feo face. It's been in the background of every episode of this, pretty much. And is my icon on Twitter. It's my branding, if you will. But yeah, he gave them the Feo face and something else. They're like, I don't know. He just seemed so happy. He seemed more like a Goku. The guy seemed more like a Vegeta. I'm like, and both of us were like, but while we don't hate the character that you depicted us as, we both figured we were the other one.
Oh, so he was even expecting to be more Goku.
Well, because and it has been a common theme in my garbage day gifts that people get me something Vegeta related.
Right, but I'm saying
there was a big joke this year actually involving the Vegeta thing. Oh shit, that's right. That's where this can of energy drink. Yes, it has Kakarot on it, but the name of it, Spirit Bomb. When they were gonna give me the computer, they gave me this first. And then we're like, this is a spirit bomb. Where we all pitched in to get you a computer.
So what?
I have not
So
opened, and I won't.
what I'm saying, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But did you did you get it when they gave you the energy drink first? Did you get it
No,
like, oh shit,
I was just like, what?
it's coming?
Spirit bomb. I never expect anything from them. Anyway,
I feel
so
you.
there have been other spirit bombs in the past and stuff like that. Last year there was there was Garbage Day, but it was over Zoom. And yes, we all
Yeah.
got various things of awesomeness. I did get a gag gift that also turned out to be a good gift as well, but it was like a double dose. It was my roommate being like, I got you your favorite thing ever. And by favorite thing ever, it was not my favorite thing ever. And you could probably guess what it had to deal with. It
Give me
should
one
not be
slight
that
hint.
fucking hard.
Give me like one hint.
What do I not like, Jazz?
Being called a millennial. No.
True, but we've gone over it numerous times on the show. Jazz, if for whatever reason we were to stop being friends and be out of contact for years, there was one thing. You have only one job to remember something about me.
The Patriots? Because I was gonna say if it were me, it'd be something ketchup related. Like that was like, did somebody give me a big old restaurant size thing of ketchup?
It was a Tom Brady shirt.
Like a jersey?
With a ton, no. Okay. Just covered in pictures of Tom Brady.
What?
Yes, the shirt is just a bunch of pictures of Tom Brady. And
he
I
had
was
to have had that custom made.
You would think, but I don't think so.
But yeah, so that's hilarious.
But, and I saw it. Like, I'm not even going to dignify this with a response. I took it, threw it across the room, and underneath it were 2 bottles of Undertaker wine. Like, Undertaker, the wrestler, branded wine. And I like the Undertaker. My roommate and I, during COVID times, were getting more into wine. But, I still haven't tried it. I meant to take a bottle this year to Garbage Day and keep the other as a collector, but I forgot it. Because I went, pretty much from work to home to change the Garbage Day, so I forgot to bring the Undertaker wine. There was still plenty of booze there.
Yeah, you love Taker, you know that. So he gave you one thing that you really
it was a swerve.
hate,
it was a swerve. It was a swerve for,
right?
it was the shirt for the reaction of God damn it, blah blah blah. But this year, however, and things stayed on brand with most of the gifts. The Vegeta. I got a can of seasoning of the seasoning that's literally called Vegeta and has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. It's actually pretty good though. It's vegetable.
It's called
seasoning.
Vegeta for a different reason.
Yes, because it's vegetable. It's a bunch of vegetables in one seasoning. Vegeta.
He says it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good seasoning. But it was my umpteenth can of Vegeta, and that was cool because it's always good to have. I got a shirt from Yuki, the guy that got me this hat, and even then, because someone else had given me something else Vegeta related right before then. I think someone gave me a capsule core thing, which yes, that's not Vegeta, it's his wife, but still. And then Yuki's like, "Here, don't worry, I didn't get you anything with Vegeta." Open it up, it's a T-shirt of grade 8 Vegeta. I lied, it's Vegeta. And then other shit and I might as well. We're spending time here. Sorry if I'm hijacking the episode.
No, please, I'm listening. Go ahead.
But, look at this.
What is that? I know that's the Omega symbol in Greek.
In
the Greek alphabet.
Who do you think the guy standing in front of it is?
Is it Vegeta?
No.
I didn't think it was.
Somebody else that I've talked about a bunch. Something else you would associate with me, video game wise. I spent a whole month this year
God of War?
Playing games. Yes.
That doesn't look shit like Kratos, though.
It's literally his tattoo.
Oh, well, the silhouette and everything like that, I couldn't really tell. It's all black except for that, so I couldn't tell because of that reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this Omega symbol is also apparently associated with war in Greek.
Yeah,
But
I know God of War is like all over with the Omega.
yes.
So
I got some God of War things, and actually had a friend, Bitterwood, that got me a Heavy Arms from Gundam Wing. That was cool. As well as some, like I said, some t-shirts. After mentioned t-shirts. Oh, shit, might as well. Show you how awesome my friends are. So, this is the one Yuki got me. The t-shirt Yuki got me. I thought it was Great Ape Vegeta. I just looked at his, all I had saw was, like, the Scouter and the brown hair. And I'm just like, oh, it was like Ape Vegeta. No, it's just Saiyan Saga Vegeta, which is still awesome. It's over 9,000! Classic.
Yeah, with the Saiyan armor when he was younger and had the Saiyan armor and shit.
Classic. Well, when he first showed up in the series.
That's what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm. There's the capsule core water bottle.
His voice sounded different than it did later too, because later in the show,
different voice actors and the whatnot.
He was very much gruff and older. And then earlier, Nappa, I don't think what you're doing.
Again,
like, okay.
Different voice actors, so that'll do it for you.
Because of course Chris Sabat is like, the man in his voice. So yeah.
A God of War art book. Lore and Legends.
Oh, there's a glare. Wait, hold on.
Here you go. Oh, what? Nope. There you go.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good.
God of War, Lore and Legends.
Like you didn't even open that book yet up yet, did you?
No.
Yeah, it looked like you didn't.
And then a friend of mine decided as a joke, I don't know if I've named him yet. Did I say the letter X earlier?
I don't think so.
Okay, X is how he'll be.
I don't even know who you're necessarily referring to. So you could accidentally call one person 2-3 different names.
No, it's fine. That's why I asked. Did I call someone X earlier?
I don't think you did.
That's why did I talk about this person?
I got you.
So yeah, him. He got me this shirt with Giovanna, character from Guilty Gear Strive, the main that I use in that. And he joked around. He was like, "Yeah, considering you're a waifu player now, I got you a waifu shirt since you're a waifu player now." I'm like, fair enough, buddy.
What exactly does waifu mean? I've seen it. That's WAIFU.
Yes.
What exactly does that mean?
Wife, but pronounced in English.
So.
And so it's usually referred to as like. Usually, it's used if you say someone's doing something for their waifu or something like that. It's used kind of as a derogatory meme for like an anime fan who has a crush on a female anime character. Waifus, this, my waifu is going to do this, or stuff like that. And that's the joke around it. But people just also use it to describe female characters they like a lot. Like, oh yeah, I have a waifu in this and waifu that.
Okay.
And I've never been that much of a waifu warrior myself. But recently I have started playing female characters more, and I guess that was his joke there, because he's always mainly mained female characters. So he's like, I got you one for that.
While you're showing, all the gifts, where's the Tom Brady shirt at?
Don't worry about it. I'm talking about this year, sir. As in, like, the past Friday from now. And there were some other gifts given out at the thing, and then my roommate decided that because this was our first one in person after so long, he went all out. The man bought, like, lots of meaningful gifts for people. Some highlights being a full-on recording, like voice acting recording setup, like microphone filters, some other stuff to go with this for, what did I call him? Did I call him bro earlier? When I was like, bro and his buddy, they each got one because they both were going into voice acting and stuff.
Filters in like the pop filter, like
just a whole bunch of shit.
Wow.
Just trust me that it definitely cost multiple hundreds of dollars, or at least looked like it did. Like, it's legit ass shit. I don't remember all it was, but the fact of the matter is he bought it for one person, and then he bought it a second time for the other. And they both got it. Like that was a big highlight of the night. He got other people's stuff where he's like, I know you like this, and bam. Actually, for X, he did a similar thing to what he did to me last year. Because X is a Jaguars fan. X does not like Tim Tebow, who is a player who played in college.
Does he still play? Tebow?
No. However,
okay.
However, my roommate and I both thought that we get it. He's not that good, whatever. But he also kind of got with how many not that good players are still in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Tebow kind of got a bad deal, considering how good Tebow played in college and all the hype coming into the league with him. Like the guy, for when he was actually given a starting position, he went, I think, like he had a winning record as a starter and even won a playoff game, and then was never allowed to start for a team as a quarterback again because he's not good. Which, again, there were many worse quarterbacks that have had much longer careers than him. So he kind of got a bad rep, in that regard. However, this year, the Jaguars, and when he was doing good, my roommate, because Tebow's from Florida, near Jacksonville, my roommate would always joke around with X that, they should have gotten Tebow with the draft pick, and they would use we would reference the old Mako commercials and be like, should have got Tebow. There was Mako's an auto dealer. They go, better get Mako when that was their catchphrase. So we were, should have got Tebow. That was the thing. Man. But this year, the Jaguars decided, let's sign Tebow as a tight end. So he was finally back in the league. He didn't seem to play that well in the preseason, and then they cut him. And we're like, that's not a smart decision. You could at least kept his ass on the bench if for no other reason than that was good marketing in Jacksonville. That city, with the exception of my roommate, or not my roommate, but with the exception of X, that city loves them some Tim fucking Tebow. And I'm like, no, you guys should have at least just kept him on the roster, even if he was a backup tight end. You know what I mean?
I know the big thing with Tebow too was when he was quarterback and he would like get down because he was very religious. He'd get down and like pray.
He took a knee before. He took a knee before it was cool. Yeah, he got kicked out of the league for taking a knee before it was cool.
Anyway, so the story of Tebow,
obviously, I respect Colin Kaepernick and everything he did as well, but that was a joke. Anyway, so my roommate got him a Jacksonville Jaguars Tim Tebow jersey. Like when he opened the box, he just saw a Tebow jersey, and as he's opening the box, because I knew what it was, I was like, wait, what's that? I'm like, uh-oh. Should have kept Tebow.
So, did you say should have got Tebow?
Oh, we said should have kept him. Well, the first 5 weeks or whatever, I think Jacksonville started this season 0-5, and the tight ends they did keep all got injured early on, which didn't help with the fact that you cut a guy who could have been a backup tight end and could have made your team a lot of money. But so there was a lot of should have got Tebow, should have kept Tebow's earlier this season, and there was also for a while it was your team is Tebow in 5. It's like you better hope for your own sake they don't go Tebow in 17. You will never live that down.
When you become a public figure, man, you gotta be prepared to put up with a whole lot of motherfuckers talking shit on you.
My roommate, well, they were Tebow in 5, money, but the Tebow and whatever was because they cut him and then the team was not winning. That's why we were making fun of X with that. But he gave him a Tebow jersey, but underneath it were front row tickets to a Jaguars game later this season.
So he loved doing the swerve,
right? And I believe I either got Vegeta or something else early on, but then at the end of the night, after everybody had given out their gifts, and then they're like, "Is anybody giving out any more gifts?"
I saw it
No,
on Twitter. So,
no. He's like, "Okay, there's one more gift. Omari, come back up here." Because whenever this is, I think, the second or third time it's happened at Garbage Day where someone will give me a gift and then everyone just turns it into a train of giving Omari gifts, which is awesome. I'm not complaining, but I never like really expect
Very
when
unexpected,
it happens.
right?
I'm like, why? Give somebody else a turn. That happened this year too. But what's up?
Was well, I might be giving it away asking that question.
So this bag here, this big ass bag, was heavy as shit. And he's like, "Here you go." And I was like, what is this? What could it be? And to keep suspense up, like while I was at the party, I kind of reached into the bag without looking, and I let the bag stay down like this, and I looked at everybody else as I pulled it up, and as I did, I'll come and take it in here. As I did, everyone's like, "Holy shit, they do exist!" It was a fucking PS5.
Look at your screen, everybody. They didn't find the box in the dumpster and throw other shit in it. The system was actually in that bitch. Wow.
PS5. There it is.
Wow.
As well as
that's the first time since we've been zooming that you ever turned your camera, I think.
Maybe. But PS5.
Wow.
So that was crazy. However, it was not the last gift.
What the fuck you mean?
Because myself and some other friends, such as Bitterwood and others, had a gift for my roommate.
Oh, so
he was the actual spirit bomb this year.
This is what I was gonna ask before you said but I thought I would have given it away. Or giving it away some. That it was like a big gift was the gift, like the PS5, because I saw on Twitter, I was gonna say, was that the spirit bomb? But that wasn't. That was just your roommate being an amazing human.
As far as I know, that was just him.
Wow. But then y'all had the big pitch in gift.
We're like, now that that's happened, guess what? No, you stay right there, buddy. And Bitterwood gives the speech about how pretty much we all pitched in, or a lot of us pitched in, and got him a new couch.
Yeah.
Because he had a couch for as long as he's had this apartment, so about at least 15 years.
Wow.
And it was time. it was time.
Do I dare ask? And of course, you can say, like we don't have to answer. But do I dare ask around how much the couch was?
A lot.
There you go. Okay. But that's what's up, though.
Multiple people were necessary. How about that?
That's what's up, man. That's cool that y'all got that, though. That's cool that you like you said. I've seen this with you, and not in an envious way, because I have great friends, you being one of them and all. But more, sometimes in a wow, that's really cool kind of way, is your groups of friends that you have. You tend to have really tight knit groups of friends when you make friends, because your friend in St. Louis and the name that y'all call yourselves that I won't say because you might not want it out there, but y'all came up with a name and a symbol. If you're looking at your screen right now, and y'all came with a name and a symbol in high school, and y'all are still stupidly close, to the point where we were talking about your boy whose name I accidentally dropped on the last episode, real name. We were talking about Vancouver, China, and how he does a song and and then for the music video, all the people that worked as far as directing, shooting, editing, aside from a few other people, majority of them, aside from you because you're in Orlando, weren't everybody who's still in St. Louis part of the crew from high school that helped this dude to shoot this video. I'm like, what? That's
Yeah, it
crazy,
was
man.
him, Bob the Tomato, and and Larry the Loser.
Yeah. Right. We already named him right. And
Fucking.
what else? And then like you talk about, then you go to Orlando, and I met your friends back in 2013 when I stayed with y'all for CEO, the fighting game tournament, and that was cool just because it was just like you got another group of just really cool people, and I'm that way too, where like I don't necessarily like seek out friends, but the friends who I end up being really close with is never like a certain type of friend, so to speak. It's just the type is in weird. We all share the same interests, and we don't care what your background is, as long as you just come and you're just yourself, and you're not a dick, and like you're just open to people. Then we're just welcoming to whatever. Like I don't have like a type of like with this and that, whatever. Like I had, friends of all sexualities, genders, ages, whatever the fuck. And I noticed like, you did the same thing when I visited y'all, but I just noticed like you are somebody that like you have this group and we're tight. This group and we're tight. This group and we're tight. And I'm like, that's just really cool.
Another highlight gif of the night was when Bitterwood got Fluffles or made an art piece for Fluffles that had like one of Fluffles' favorite characters he's ever created, a Minotaur, like as the centerpiece of the art piece, drinking Fluffles' favorite bourbon while wearing a suit with Fluffles' favorite football team, the Miami Dolphins, with a fucking Terminator poster in the background. So it's like, here's your favorite thing, drinking your favorite thing while wearing your favorite thing, while also being a fan of your favorite thing, and it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
These are a few of my favorite things. And that's cool too, because you're also creative with it too. I feel like when it comes to giving gifts, I think that I'm kind of good when I actually give a gift. I think I'm good in the sense that I'll get you something that is, I wouldn't be too shy of spending money. I'll give you something that you can use. But when it comes to something where you have to put a good amount of thought into it to pertain to the person, like the drawing that you just named and shit like that, it's like I don't know if I'm good at that part because I feel like I either suddenly my mind goes blank about what pertains to the person, and I forget everything about your ass, or can't think of what that motherfucker would like in the first place.
Well, that's why I laughed at like some of the gifts that I got. I'm like, I clearly have a brand of things that people can just reach to buy. Like, hey, here's a God of War thing. Here's a Vegeta thing. Here's a One Piece thing. Like right? A couple years. So, like I have a couple like models of ships and stuff like that. So yeah, it's crazy. I have some amazing friends, and like you said, yes, my friend. I've been very lucky to have had like the tight knit friend groups over the years, very much so. And Garbage Day has been a very fun time of the year.
Cause like I have tight knit friendships with various different people, but I don't necessarily have tight knit friend groups. As in like we are friends and a group of friends now, and then we stayed that way. But I have people that I've been friends with, you for instance, but other people that I've been friends with for a long time, and this and that, yada yada yada. I went to high school in Washington D.C., so I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast. I don't know if I got a whole lot of time now. Won't even necessarily get into it. It's for another time. But I went to high school in Washington, D.C., and then since coming back to St. Louis, obviously I haven't really seen a lot of the people from DC because they're, almost 1,000, if not over 1,000 miles away. And that being said, like, whatever friendships I did have in DC, we're still friends and cool, but it's not like, the next best thing to brothers and sisters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
no.
ton of extra brothers at this point in my life, and I love it.
Well, yeah, because shoot,
this
me and
Saitama
Evan,
versus the Hulk thing was also a garbage day gift.
What's Saitama from again?
One Punch Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is Hulk. One Punch Man, isn't he?
Yes, he is the main character.
What was I going to say though? What was I say? I don't know.
I also have a lot of
brothers
over there. Happy
well,
and we're singing and we're colored.
But no, you were saying you got a lot of extra brothers, and I was just saying, like, yeah, like me and Ibn being my older brother, we affectionately call you the third brother sometimes. Mm-hmm. So right. And like I posted a picture on Facebook where I was the picture like a few years ago of us at IHOP eating when you came. And I posted and I was like, yeah, the three brothers together forever. And your mom commented, and your mom, and she was like, yup, all three. She said, I claim all three as my own. And I was like, yeah. And I commented back. I was like, I'm lucky to have two moms. It's like cool like that. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I posted that picture some years back, and that was when all the turmoil was happening with more and more videos being outed of injustice, to young Black males and whatnot. And I remember I posted that picture, and then my mom like shared it and said, "My sons matter." And then she said, "Omari is my son, right?" Mm-hmm. Your mom's name, and then I think she commented back. So we've been close for fucking ever. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And then like you said, you got brothers like that too. What was I gonna say? But I guess to kind of go into this might be a little fun thing to talk about. What do you think is the art of getting or receiving a gift?
The art?
For the sake of conversation, I'm just trying to be like, how would you go about picking a gift for Jazz? Like, what would you do? What would you be like? I'm going to think about what Jazz likes and then try to get something very creative and out of the box. Okay. So if Jazz doesn't like ketchup, what would be a fun gag gift? Like something like that.
Yeah, gag gift would probably be something ketchup related. But yeah, gag gift generally something they don't like, or something that you guys will get a laugh out of it opening.
Well, I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I'll say this real quick before you do it. Like we had a Secret Santa at my last job with the previous GM way before I ended up leaving. And one of my really good friends, who I'm somewhat referring to when I was talking earlier, one of my really good friends. So when I had my previous movie review show, and we would do me and my two other good friends, Asleep in the Third Row. If you look it up, you can find it. But we would try to watch the biggest movie each month. It got too hard with everybody having jobs, trying to be actors and whatever. But we watched we watched all 3 50 Shades of Grey movies in the theater for that, and then for whatever means, one we ended up taking down because it was too harsh of a review. The other one never got uploaded, I think, because we missed like the deadline and it was too late. And then the other one, like the file got corrupted, whatever. We watched all 3. So he was on the phone with us. What would you say if for Christmas I got you 50 Shades? What would you say? And he actually got me 50 Shades of Grey as a fucking joke, knowing he's like, I don't expect you to watch it, Jess. And he got it, and it was fucking hilarious. So yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
What were we talking?
We were talking about like the art of like probably.
Well, generally because I suck at getting people gifts for the most part, my damn self. But when I do, I try to make I try to get something like you said that they like or whatever. Like my mother and sisters are all part of the same sorority,
Yeah.
and that made getting easier. I can
Yeah.
get them
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
related to like elephants or something along those lines. But I try to get it not just here's a picture of an elephant or something like that. No, here's something you need. Like, oh, your air conditioner's broke in hot ass Texas. Here's an elephant fan.
Okay. That's something that like they'd be like, that's so cute. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah.
Just like cool stuff like that. Or one time I got like a little like a statue or figure of a mother elephant with like two younger elephants. Mom and sisters all in the same sorority. Made sense. So stuff like that, or if I couldn't spend a lot of money on a gift for X one year, Bro and I decided to, since Bro's an artist, like as well as a vocal voice actor and other stuff, I'm like, let's work together for a gift for him. And as I mentioned earlier, he plays female characters in a lot of things. So I took this picture because I was reading a lot of X-Men at the time, and there was a famous cover of one of the chapters where Iceman, back when he was still straight, was sitting on a throne surrounded by like all his like ex-girlfriends from the series. And just kind of a it was an Iceman centric storyline, but it was a cool photo. It had like him, it had like Kitty, Mystique, Opal, and some other, and I think Polaris even. But the bottom line is that was the cover. So we got a picture of X sitting in a throne, and that Bro did, of X sitting in a throne with the female characters he plays in fighting games in the same positions around him.
And of course, he recognized the picture.
Yeah. Well, he may not have known it was Iceman. He might have. He may not have recognized that because, you know, my friends aren't necessarily the things I'm super duper into and know way too much stuff about, and have wasted so much time memorizing stuff about. My friends ain't all on the same level of appreciation as I am. So some random comment or some random cover from an X-Men comic, probably didn't, go, but he did enjoy the picture. He knew the gist of it. It was him surrounded by the characters he played before.
Right. He got that concept. He didn't necessarily get that what it was referencing, but he got the concept of what it was supposed to be. Right. Which, yeah. And at the end of the day, the main thing I think when you give somebody whatever is whether they fully understand it from your point of view or not. The main thing is, do you like it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so there was that, and then there was another one that it was me with the idea for the art, and then Bro doing the art was 2016 when the Cubs won the World Series. We made a t-shirt for my roommate that was Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, his favorite character in Yu Yu Hakusho. In a Cubs uniform, having like just hit a ball with the spirit sword. You know who Kuwabara is. And it's like 2016 World Series champions Cubs. Because, that's something that's only going to happen once every 108 years. So might as well have something to commemorate it.
That was when they had won after like decades upon decades upon decades.
After 108 years.
Oh, I thought you were like speaking like hyperbolic. You being serious?
Nah.
Jesus. Then that would mean that before what was it? 16. The last time would have been, what was that? 1908.
Yeah, about.
Shit.
It was 1900 something. If not 08, it was like 04. But it was 0 something. 1900 something was the last time they had done it.
Man, y'all ain't won the World Series since the last time we had the World's Fair.
Pretty much.
On your bitch ass. Speaking of, bitch asses.
What's up, buddy?
If you would like to follow our bitch asses, I gotta have a segue. I'm sorry. Oh man.
Go ahead.
Just for that, I didn't do this the whole podcast, so I think I earned it. All right. Anyway, if you would like to follow us, if you would like to follow me, then you can go ahead and please look me up on Facebook and give my page a like. That would be under Superjaz, which would be spelled Superjaz. Like I said, like the page. You can go ahead and follow it as well. I think they do that still, but definitely give it a like. Also, you can go ahead and look for me and follow me on Twitter, which would be under Superjaz2. So that would be the word Superjaz, number 2. And then, of course, you can go ahead and please follow me on Instagram under Forever Superjaz, the word forever spelled correctly. And I do rap, do get my MC on from time to time. So if you would like to hear some of that from yours truly, you can go ahead and anywhere you stream your music, any platform, look up the debut solo album, My Secret Identity. You may have to put in Superjaz, My Secret Identity, because I'm not that famous yet. And all that being said, so where might they be able to follow your bitch? Now, where can they find you, man?
Well, first off, you can find me here every Wednesday, as you already know. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube under feogrande, that's Feo Grande. I also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Giotavi, that's Giotavi. Hopefully, at the time of this recording, I somehow managed, despite all the travel, to keep it up with me streaming every day this year in some capacity. Some of them being like 5 minute frames, but that didn't really start happening till near the end of the year when I had to travel. But still, live every day. Come back and check out, now that I have this other system here that just opens the possibility for things I can play in the future. Including whenever it comes out now, God of War Ragnarok. Because I had been saying since they announced that game, I'm like, I need a release date so I know when to buy a PS5 by. And yeah, it's fucking crazy. Anyway, yeah, you can find me out here every time, every week. I'd love to see you. Yes, you specifically, watching right now. How are you doing today? You doing good? Oh, I'm sorry. But it will get better. It has to. Yeah. What's going on over there, Jazz? What you doing?
Well, I know what is going on here. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. No, that's fine. But that being said, whether I know what is going on anywhere, one thing that I don't know, and maybe you can help me with this, is what in the hell are we going to talk about next time?
Whatever we want.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
Adiosness. Yeah. Talking to the people at home. Telling them nice things about how great they are. Sometimes people just need to hear that they are appreciated. So just know that you are.